Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. North Korea has said an accident happened as it planned to send up its first space satellite, causing it to crash into the sea. Pyongyang announced earlier it planned to launch a satellite by the 11th of June to monitor US military activities. It now says it will attempt a second launch as soon as possible. The launch sparked a false alarm in the South Korean capital Seoul, while in Japan a warning was issued to residents of Okinawa in the south. A fire that broke out at the Afipsky oil refinery in Russia's Krasnodar region was likely caused by a drone, that's according to the region's governor. The fire was extinguished and there were no casualties, according to officials. Surveillance video caught the moment the fire broke out. There was no immediate information on who launched the drone, but Russia has accused Ukraine of increasing attacks on targets inside the country. The United Nations has started an operation to remove 1.1 million barrels of oil from a decaying supertanker moored off Yemen's Red Sea coast. A salvage vessel with a crew of experts have reached the FSO Safer. They will undertake work to make it secure for oil to be transferred to another tanker, the Nautica, which is due to sail from Djibouti next month. There is an imminent risk that the Safer could explode or break apart, causing an environmental catastrophe. The UN has so far raised $114 million to pay for the unprecedented project through donations from dozens of member states, private companies, and even the general public. The United States Secretary General has urged Turkey to immediately finalize Sweden's accession to NATO, saying the Nordic country had already taken significant steps to address Ankara's objections to its membership. Addressing a joint press conference with the Swedish Prime Minister, Antony Blinken said Washington was going to continue to work to complete Sweden's accession in time for a mid-July NATO summit that will bring together the heads of state of the alliance.
Sweden, again and again, has proven its commitment to NATO, to its values, to its mission, to its members. A strong, vibrant democracy with highly capable forces that have been working shoulder to shoulder with NATO members for years, for decades. It is fully dedicated to upholding the commitments that underpin our alliance, including Article 5. By joining NATO, Sweden undertakes a commitment to the security of every other ally. No one should doubt that commitment. And of course, every other ally will be committed to Sweden's security.
NATO peacekeeping troops in Kosovo have placed metal fences and barbed wire barriers in a northern town following clashes that have seen dozens of international soldiers and protesters injured. The barriers were erected after hundreds of ethnic Serbs started gathering in front of the city hall in the northern Kosovo town, 45 kilometers north of the capital Pristina. It's after NATO said it will send 700 extra troops to try to curb the violence in Kosovo, a day after 30 alliance-led peacekeeping soldiers and more than 50 ethnic Serbian protesters were injured in clashes. Earlier, the European Commission President called for calm.
Recent tensions are, of course, concerning. I call on all sides to step away from confrontation and to take measures to restore calm.
The UN Security Council has renewed an arms embargo and sanctions imposed on South Sudan for an additional year, including asset freezes and travel bans on some individuals. The Council voted with 10 votes in favour and 5 members abstaining. It directed all UN member states to prevent the direct or indirect supply, sale or transfer of arms to South Sudan. The arms embargo was extended until May next year, with the Council expressing concern over the continued intensification of violence. And finally, Tesla's Chief Executive Officer Elon Musk has kicked off his second day in China with a visit to the country's Commerce Ministry. Musk left his hotel accompanied by Tesla's China-based public affairs chief Grace Tao and head of global manufacturing Tom Zhu. Musk's car was later seen parked outside the Commerce Ministry. He is expected to meet other senior Chinese officials and visit the US electric vehicle maker's Shanghai plant later in the week, though it was not clear who exactly he would meet or what issues they would discuss. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.